Hello lovely people, I'm Debs. Welcome back to my channel, Raina Reads Stuff. I am here today to do the Quick Judge Challenge. Pat from Book Time at Pat did this book chat with Pat. What is wrong with me? Did this challenge this morning and invited me to play along. Now, we're nearly at the end of February, so I thought it would be a good way to choose the book that I should read for March of the Mammoths, because I haven't decided what that's going to be yet. So, info. The Quick Judge Challenge was created a few years ago by Ali Risdal. Pat was tagged by Jess at Jess Book Girl TV, who is reviving this challenge. And Jess said, I wanted to bring this back to BookTube because it's a fun challenge to do. My hope is other BookTubers will do it as well. So, there are 4 prompts. Pick 5 to 10 unread books from your shelves. Read the first paragraph of every book. Rank the book based on the first paragraphs. Add your highest ranked book to your upcoming TBR. So this is how I am going to choose my March of the Mammoth. I have 5 books. I'm going to go through them in publication order. So the first one I have is Orley Farm by Anthony Trollope. This was published in 1862 and has 825 pages, because the criteria for March of the Mammoths is that the mammoth should be more than 800 pages. So this one just about scrapes through. And here is the first paragraph. It is not true that a rose by any other name will smell as sweet. Were it true, I should call this story The Great Orley Farm Case. But who would ask for the 9th number of a serial work burdened with so very uncouth an appellation? Thence, and therefore, Orley Farm. Okay, so next up is Life and Fate by Vassily Grossman. This book is in the Hall of Fame as one of only 2 books to have been arrested, for want of a better word, by the Russian government and taken away, so it couldn't be published. The other book is The Gulag Archipelago by Alexander Solzhenitsyn. So here is the first paragraph. There was a low mist. You could see the glare of headlamps reflected in the high voltage cables beside the road. It hadn't rained, but the ground was still wet with dew. The traffic lights cast blurred red spots on the asphalt. You could sense the breath of the camp from miles away. Roads, railway tracks and cables all gradually converged on it. This was a world of straight lines, a grid of rectangles and parallelograms imposed on the autumn sky, on the mist, and on the earth itself. Now, this was first published in English in 1985, and this, although it looks a lot bigger, runs to 845 pages. This is the biggest on the list. A Suitable Boy by Vikram Seth. This was published in 1993. There are 14 1,674 pages in this book. So let's have a look at the first paragraph. "You too will marry a boy I choose," said Mrs. Rupa Mehra firmly to her younger daughter. Later avoided the maternal imperative by looking around the great lamplit garden of Prem Nevers. The wedding guests were gathered on the lawn. She said. This annoyed her mother further. Okay. Next up, I Am Pilgrim. I Am Pilgrim by Terry Hayes. Published in 2013. 892 pages. First paragraph. "There are places I'll remember all my life. Red Square with a hot wind howling across it, my mother's bedroom on the wrong side of 8 Mile, the endless gardens of a fancy foster home, a man wanting to kill me in a group of ruins known as the Theatre of Death." Well, they're all very different, these books. But they're all unread and on my bookshelves. Finally, 4321 Paul Auster. This is the second longest, running to 1,070 pages, and it was published in English in 2017, I want to say. Yeah. So, first paragraph. According to family legend, Ferguson's grandfather departed on foot from his native city of Minsk with 100 rubles sewn into the lining of his jacket, travelled west to Hamburg through Warsaw and Berlin, and then booked a passage on a ship called the Empress of China, which crossed the Atlantic in rough winter storms and sailed into New York Harbor on the first day of the 20th century. While waiting to be interviewed by an immigration official at Ellis Island, he struck up a conversation with a fellow Russian Jew. The man said to him, "Forget the name Reznikov. It won't do you any good here. You need an American name for a new life in America, something with a good American ring to it." Since English was still an alien tongue to Isaac Reznikov in 1900, he asked his older and more experienced companion for a suggestion. "Tell them you're Rockefeller," the man said. "You can't go wrong with that." An hour passed, then another hour, and by the time 19-year-old Reznikov sat down to be questioned by the immigration official, he'd forgotten the name that the man had told him to give. "Your name?" the official asked. Slapping his head in frustration, the weary immigrant blurted out in Yiddish, "Ich hab vergessen." I've forgotten. And so it was that Isaac Reznikov began his new life in America as Ichabod Ferguson. So now I've got to rank the books based on those first paragraphs. And I think we're going to do this. So in fourth place, A Suitable Boy by Vikram Seth. Now that's fifth place, isn't it? There's 5 books. Fifth place, A Suitable Boy Fourth place, I'm going to go for I Am Pilgrim. Second place, I'm going to go for Orley Farm. No, that's third place. What is wrong with me? Right, let's start this again. Vikram, Seth, A Suitable Boy, fifth place. I Am Pilgrim, Terry Hayes, fourth place. Orley Farm, Anthony Trollope, third place. Vassily, Grossman, Life and Fate, second place. The book I'm going to read, For March of the Mammoths, Paul Auster, 4321. So, if you fancy having a go at this challenge, have a go at it. I'm not going to tag people because lots of people have already been tagged. But this is a lot of fun, so have a go. Have a go and see what you think. I shall actually be doing a tag video tomorrow. I'm thinking if I say it out loud, I might actually do it. So until then, thank you very much for stopping by. I do appreciate you watching and have a lovely evening. I shall speak to you soon. Bye for now.